Welcome, everyone, as we get our first look at the future of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and as always, I'm joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Today, we're going to get a chance to watch the top prospects in the draft battle it out here in the Rookie Showcase.
All the stars of the past March tournament on display here, and no doubt everyone on the floor will be looking to make an impact and turn some heads.
You know, all the focus won't be on the guards, as there are some very intriguing big men looking to up their draft stock.
It should be fun.
So let's take a look at the State Farm starting lineup for the Stars. Derek Williams is out there with Jordan Hamilton. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Brandon Knight, and it's Brown in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for the elites, Money, he's in at the point. He's out there with Klay Thompson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Patterson in at the 4.
And it's great to see all the best and the brightest young prospects in one place, going at it 5-on-5.
Yeah, there's only so much you can really gather from shooting drills and running through cones. Nothing beats the real thing, that's for sure.
Here now, the elites.
Well, Derek Williams' climb up the draft boards has been phenomenal. There was a time when I think he was an underrated
conversation right now for that first overall pick. He had a lot of doubters early on in his situation.
Here's Money. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Kanter. Wide open shot is on the money.
Excellent look, it just didn't go down.
Leonard, and the layup is good. It's Brown in at the center. Here's Money, a 12-point game, and that one's good.
They've really controlled the glass for the majority of the game. Kudos to them for their strong effort on the backboard.
Picked his pocket.
And it's only their first turnover here. They've done a really good job of protecting the ball so far.
Has been used to improve flexibility and strength. And that's something that a lot of the players around the league have.
With extending his career, his practice of yoga.
Well, you know, a number of guys have used yoga, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental.
Strong front court player. He's got a good low post game. Guys like that just don't come around very often, Kevin.
Here's Money. And again, it's the elites from deep. He's in a point guard. He's out there with Klay Thompson. Enes Kanter is out there. Stolen away.
You know, he got a fingertip on it, but not enough to control the pass coming in that fast.
He's got 12. Count it. Leonard's got 8 points by Derek Williams. Here's Money. Hits the three-point bomb. Here's Singleton, and he banks in the layup. Shoots from the baseline, and that's good. Elites winning this one easily.
Well, it was a fun one, but the elites just had the better day. And they'll have a little bit of bragging rights here over the Stars as the draft nears closer.
And although this isn't a league game, you could tell each player out there wanted to win. I mean, no question about it, this was a competitive affair.
And there was no shortage of action on either side of the ball. Thanks for joining us for this broadcast of the NBA Rookie Showcase. I'm Kevin Harlan for Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. We'll see you next time.
Hello, I'm the head scout for the Golden State Warriors. I want you to know that we're strongly considering you based on your performance tonight with our first-round pick, 11th overall. We'd like to get to know you a little better before committing to you. I'm sure you understand. We have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. We feel like we already have some great young guards on our roster in Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry. Where do you see yourself fitting in with those guys?
I imagine I'd be spending a couple seasons coming off the bench and learning as much as I can before assuming a starting role. I'm okay with that as long as your long-term goal for me is to take over the starting role at some point. I don't plan on spending my career as a backup.
Next question. This team has a lot of momentum right now. We went through a rough stretch and had some recent draft picks that didn't work out. With guys like Monte, Stephen Curry, and David Lee, we really feel like we're on the up and up. We like what we've seen out of you, but how do you see yourself fitting in with the team?
I love the talent already on this team. I don't understand how they aren't winning 50 games a season, to be honest. I really think I can complement these players and take the team to the next level. This team's a dream fit for me, man.
Okay, that's all I have. I love what I heard here. We would love to have you join us. We'll be in touch.
Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us, so much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. I feel like we have our point guard of the future in Brandon Jennings, but I would be remiss to not look at all available options in the draft. How do you think you compare to Brandon?
I think Brandon's a great player and someone I look up to. I really think we could learn a lot from each other, and ultimately it would help us both to become better players. How that works with your roster, well, I guess that's for you to figure out.
Let's see. One more question, if you don't mind. We realize that here in Milwaukee, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or a Miami. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization. Someone who can really take pride in being a Milwaukee Buck. Someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a Milwaukee Buck. Are you that person?
I'd be honored to be a member of this organization. From everything I've heard, you guys have a rabid fan base up there that's ready for some postseason success. I'd love to be the guy that leads that charge.
Okay, I think I've heard all I needed to hear for now. You're definitely someone we can use on our team. Now we just need you to be available when it's our turn to pick.
Hello, and nice to meet you. I'm the Director of Player Personnel for the Utah Jazz. My scouts have expressed a lot of interest in you. Before I can give my blessing to use our draft pick on you, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, to make sure you'd fit in with what we do here. I really think the first piece to getting this franchise back on track is to find and develop our point guard of the future. The point is the one position that can really make or break a team and change the overall direction of the franchise. Looking back at the Hornets, look at what Chris Paul did for that team. We want a point guard who will do the same for us, and we think you might be that guy. Convince us of that.
Okay. Look, I know you're going to talk to some of the other point guards in the draft, but none of them are going to have my work ethic, my character, my dedication, and my sheer will to win. I'm eager to be the face of a franchise, and I don't want to do it anywhere else but in Utah. I really feel like I would fit in nicely with this roster.
All right then, one more. If you were a GM, where would you draft yourself in this draft?
It'd be a real honor to go lotto, know what I mean? As a player, you work your entire life for this day. You dream of putting on that hat, walking up to the podium and shaking Mr. Stern's hand. To be recognized as one of the first players drafted, that's a reward I definitely want for all the work I've put towards this.
That's great. Those answers were music to our ears. With any luck, you'll fall to us in the draft.
Good evening and welcome to the 2011 NBA Draft. Tonight marks the realization of a dream for the best young players in the world, a reward for their many years of dedication and hard work. It's also a time of extraordinary hope and excitement for our fans and our teams. For those of you watching on television in more than 200 countries and territories, and of course to all of our wonderful fans right here, thank you for joining us. I know the young men hoping to hear their names called tonight can't wait to compete against the best basketball players in the world. So let's get started. With the 11th pick in the 2011 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select the point guard from the University of Wisconsin.
Shift and shift right back. Before I picked up the mic and started writing rhymes, I could alter my form. $8 on the office, I will rent into 2.5 meals. Force my minutes to come back to the cause 3 rules back. I always take care of my bags. Could be 92. 94 minus 9. My experience is that's why.
Okay. I'm the best on that record. Don't say my best. I'm on my base, focus, and that's rap. So I make my shake magic go round. I'm back. You pray about that magic.